What's up, house money? It's your main man, Lakeith right here in the place to be. Lakeith buys houses and land. So today I'm talking about something on a whole nother level. Everybody possesses it, and it's auto suggestions, and it's a power that we have and we can use over ourselves to make ourselves what we want ourselves to be, just like you made yourself who you are right now. And you might see things within yourself that you don't like and how you can change them, and it's called auto suggestion. So I'm gonna show you some examples. So sit back and relax, and you can use this in any profession. I relate it to myself because ultimately, and real estate and life, it's just a broad spectrum of where you can go with this. But I want y'all to really fly with me and really vibe with me on this one right here. Check it out. So what is an auto suggestion? It's the hypnotic or subconscious adoption of an idea. So if you adopt an idea, you hold it as true. You believe that. I believe I can fly. If you believe that, you adopt that idea that the one you has originated to oneself. You may not necessarily think you can fly, but you feel like you can do anything. So those are very good affirmations, very good auto suggestions to give oneself, because you're gonna go through some things if you haven't already, and you're gonna need something to draw from. But if you don't have anything in that account, it's gonna make it very difficult when it comes time when you need something really, really, really positive to get you through a certain situation. Because everything in life ain't always perfect. I'm just here to tell it. Not in real estate, not in relationships, not in anything. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I can't give you the answer to that. I haven't figured it out. But back to the definition. So how does this happen? Through the adoption of an idea that one has originated. How do you do that? Good question. Through the repetition of verbal statements to oneself in order to change the behavior. So we all do this, and we all listen to things that get us in certain vibes and certain moods that make us feel certain ways or adopt an idea, and we hold it as true. But the key to this is to stay on a focus on the positive, the ascension of something in order to become something or conquer a certain goal. Hey, I want to be the best investor. So how do I do that? Well, first you have to develop the mindset of that investor. You hear that all through everything. It's the mindset. It really is. It really is. And I'm just giving you good information on something that I'll get to later. I read it in a book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. But this is something that I just recently read. It's in the fun fact as well. But before I get there, let me give you some examples of what I do that help me be the best, that I auto suggest to myself daily, hourly. You know, whenever I feel like I need to pick me up, I tell myself these things. Perfect health is mine. Simple enough, but I'm suggesting something to myself because I want something. I really want perfect health. So if I tell myself verbally over and over and over, repetition verbally, multiple times in a day, in an hour, that I want perfect health, guess what I adapt? Adapt the idea that I have to do what it takes in order to give myself perfect health. What does perfect health look like, Lakeith? Well, eating right, taking vitamins, micronutrient tests. You can Google that to find out where you're borderline or deficient in your vitamins and supplements, things of that nature, doing IV injections. I do all that because I want perfect health. I already claim it. Oh, you hear that in church. You got to put your name on it. You got to put your name on it. That's what they talking about. Auto suggestion. Put your name on it. In Jesus' name, let the choir say, I'm on fire, man. That's what Richard Pryor say. So here we go with it. Eternal life is mine. That's yours too. All of these things are everybody's, but who's claiming them? You have not because you ask not. And this is not Sunday school. You know, I'm not here but it is real school. It's how it goes down. It's really how it happens. You got to think it I believe, you got to believe. Cash flowing is mine. You keep repeating these things. Your cash flowing is mine, but you'll repeat Lil Wayne, money on my mind, house money on my mind, house money on my mind, house money is all I think of. You repeat that until you memorize that. Then when you memorize that, it's able to be subconscious because you're not thinking about it anymore. You just do it normally. You don't think about every time you breathe because you've been breathing all your life, but you're doing it. You don't think about every time you blink an eye and what it does for you and gets water over your eyes, and but it's second nature to you. So you have to adapt what you want, and it has to become second nature to you in order for you. You got to basically hypnotize yourself. You got to tell yourself what self wants, because nobody knows more about what you want than you. Here we go. Peace is mine. Peace. I like that. Peace. I just want to be cool. Peace. But I have to be in the right frame of mind in order to understand that. Peace is all ours, but not many people or not everybody thinks that way for a long duration of time. You can think that way for a minute or two, but then here goes something to make you think you can't. Well, we don't want to think that way. Those are bad examples. But just like it worked for good, it can work for non-good. It can work for evil. Being the best me is mine. I want to be that. I don't know who doesn't, but I'm telling myself, Lakeith, I want you to be the best you can be. World, house money. I'm telling y'all, I want y'all to be the best you can be. But there's things that you want to change, but how much time do you focus on trying to change or just telling yourself, I want to be this way? So I give you an example. I eat spaghetti. A lot of times you eat spaghetti, you eat it a certain type of way. And you get accustomed to that. And I don't want that because I've been accustomed to eating it a certain type of way, but not understanding that it's multiple ways to do it. Just open yourself up to it. It's multiple ways to get what you want, but you have to open yourself up to it. Subconsciously, your subconscious mind never stops working. Never stops working. Your conscious mind does. And I'm not a scientist or anything like that, but I do follow Bob Proctor, and I invite all y'all to do as well. Bob Proctor Gallagher Institute of the Subconscious Mind. I also go to a place here in Dallas called CSL, Christian Awakening. It's very powerful, very, 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 very powerful. And I just want to give that because we all have these abilities. We all have these talents. It's in the Bible. In Matthew talks about the parable and the talents, how he gave one, I don't know it verbatim, but 5, one disciple 3, one disciple 1. And the one he gave 5 went out and got 5 more. The one he gave 3 went out and got 3 more. The one he gave 1 dug it in a hole and gave it back to him exactly the way he gave it. And God's like, well, I could have put my money in the bank and drew interest on it if you were just going to give me back what I gave you. It's all in us. We built in his image. But you have to understand who you are and how to access these things. You have not because you ask not. You got to think about that. So you telling me if I ask for what I want, I'm going to get it? Persistently. You have to ask for it earnestly. So repetition, verbally. You have to ask for these things. Think about this. You have to ask for what you want. But who you asking? You asking God, right? Who you asking? Who you telling? Who else can hear you? You can. Oneself. Idea, that repetition verbally. I want that. I don't want to hear I can't, because that's a bad way. I don't want to hear I don't. I don't want to hear I won't. And I know I didn't spell that right. It should be like will not, but I'm from the South, so that's how I talk. I won't. I don't want to do that. I never, those things like that put up blockers and impede progress and keep you where you are, or even go backwards and keep people in a living death, because that's not what we want. We want what we want. We want perfect health. We want cash flowing. We want peace. So how to achieve it? Tell yourself what you want. Just as much as you tell yourself what you don't want, tell yourself what you want just a little bit more, and actually put your mind to it and do it, and it'll happen. Hey man, it's Lakeith, man. Hey, check this out. Lakeith buys houses and land. Oh, fun fact. So Dr. James Esdaile, I think that's how you say his name, but you can Google this if you don't believe me. He was a surgeon between 1843 and 1846. He performed about 400 operations, and everyone was under mental anesthesia only. His mortality rate was 2 to 3%. So basically he performed all these operations and some real eye, throat, neck, all kind of real live procedures with no type of gas or drugs or anything. It was all mental. A person channeling their subconscious mind and understanding that they are in control of the situation. They want perfect health, and them going through this process and making it out alive and being better and not having any types of problems afterwards. That's pretty awesome. And that was, I don't know, almost 200 years ago. So if it worked then, what makes you think it ain't working now? You got to think. The power of your subconscious mind, the power of you, house money, the power of house money on my mind. Click the link below and let's go. Lakeith buys houses and land. I got a number, area code 214-956-4289. Area code 214-956-4289. I buy. Lakeith buys houses and land. Remember, suggest nice things to yourself. Peace is yours. Abundance is yours. Be the best you can be. But the only person that can take that away from you is you. What you subject to oneself, that's the idea through repetitious verbally. So make it a good one, man. Lakeith buys houses and land. And don't forget to subscribe to all my social media platforms and follow me on, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, make sure that you do. Thank you.